Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing like a scary kind of creepy clown type look, so if you'd like to see what I do, just keep on watching. Okay, I'm going to be starting off with my eyes, and I think I'm going to do a more purple based look. So I'm going into the BH Cosmetics Zodiac palette, and I'm taking the matte Gemini shade to start off with, which is right here. Then I'm just taking this dual-ended brush from Profusion. I'm using the blending brush side, and I'm going to run that into the crease of my eye. I'm kind of going off schedule from what I had planned because I had a witch look that I wanted to do today, but I didn't really know how I wanted to go about doing it. So I was like, you know what, I'll go about doing a look I have a set plan for, which just happened to be this one. Okay, so I'm going to leave the under eye on this side kind of alone for now because I'm going to grab a smaller brush for that, but on this side I'm going to use that same shade. And I'm going to drag it down into like a upside down triangle. Next, I'm going into the matte Cancer shade, which is also a purple. It's more of like a pink, warm purple. I'm going to use the same brush, and I'm going to run that into the crease of both eyes and then also along this area right here. Okay, then I'm going to be going into this dark shade right here. This is the matte Taurus shade. This is a very nice dark purple. I'm going to use the same brush one more time. And I'm going to be putting this on the inner and outer thirds of my lids and then also along the bottom area here.
I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their nails done.
Okay, then I'm going to go into the matte Airy shade, which is the black right here. And I'm going to use a defining eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to do that on the inner and outer corners of my eyes as well, and then a little along the lower lash line here. And then I'll quickly, for this eye, I'm just going to be doing the same exact colors. The first purple on the inner and outer thirds, second inner and outer thirds, so on and so forth until I get all the same colors. I might do that off camera, I might do it on camera, I'm not sure, but pretty much just what I did on the upper eyelid on the lower lash line of this eye. Okay, so I just realized I forgot to do my face, and now this is covering this up, so I'm going to quickly do this side of the face and what I can on this side. So let's see, what did I have? Okay, I'm using this 5-color face palette from Profusion. I'm going to use this shade right here as bronzer. I'm just going to use the Luxie 660 Precision Foundation brush for this, because I'm also going to be using it for my contour, and I need a smaller brush to kind of get right here without disrupting any of my eyeshadow. Okay, then for contour, I'm going into the Cover FX Perfector Face Palette, and I'm taking the contour shade right here. Using the same brush, I'm going to use that to carve out my cheekbones and my jawline. Okay, then I think I'm just going to use the blush out of that same palette and the same brush and use that to give a little color to my cheek on this side. And then this side, I'm going to attempt to put some on. Tap it so where it doesn't disrupt the purple, and then blend it together. And then for my nose, I'm really going to pack some right there, like so. Okay, then for highlight, I'm going to go in to this highlight shade from that Profusion 5 color face palette. And I'm just going to use my fingers use that to apply just a little bit of highlight to my cheeks. I'm going to put some right on the center of my nose. I'm going to wait to put it on the tip of my nose until I put on the red that I'm going to do there. I think I'm going to do red. Pretty sure I'm going to do red. So now to finish off the eyes, I'm going into the Ciate London Eye Luster Cream Shadow in the shade... Okay, this does not have a shade name on it. I don't know if it might have been stuck on the bottom at one point or the top, but I do not see a shade name on this. But it is a purple glittery eyeshadow that has like a gold reflect to it. Can you see that? I wonder. Yeah, this is the shade right here. And I'm going to use that to pop onto the center of my lids and the lower lash line.
Girls with their nails done now.
Okay, I'm going to allow that to dry just a little more and then put even more on the very center, but let that to dry. Now in the meantime, while that is drying, I'm going to go into the water activated face paint from Snazaroo. I am taking their black shade. And I'm going to take a very precise brush, and I'm going to use that to create dot details around the eyeshadow.
Nails done. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done.
Now then I'm going to add a quick little layer on the very center of my lids with that glittery shadow. Okay, for mascara, I'm going to throw on the Essence Volume Stylist Mascara on my top and lower lashes. Okay, then to deepen my nose, I'm going into the Giordano blush in the shade Apple Cheeks. I think I might just use my finger, actually. Actually, no, I'll just use the same brush, yeah, that I used for my face. And deepen up that. Gotta go crazy on the blush on the nose. Look how that good. Now I'm going to pop on that same highlight real quick on my nose. Just a little bit. Just using the tip of my pinky. And then I might as well pop some on the upper lip. Hey everyone, so I did this part in voiceover because my daughter ended up coming home, but what I did was I laid down liquid latex in certain areas and then lifted it up from the skin so it kind of looked like my skin was peeling back, and I used some red cream paint to create some irritation around these areas. I did one along one side of my mouth, one under the opposite eye, and then I used that same red cream paint from CC Beauty and I put it inside of the wound, and then I'm going to be going in with brown cream paint to do some shading inside along the edges. And then I do go back in later with some black to give it even more depth. But yeah, if you've never used liquid latex before, do a patch test to see if you have any kind of bad reaction to it. Right here I'm just touching up some of the irritation around the wound because I want it to look like kind of inspired by the Joker, where it's like part of it's like, you know, a scar or a cut to make it look like the smile is wider, but I only wanted to do it on one side, the side that I did the eyeshadow on. And then I was letting the other side powder the under the eye, and then this is where you could see where I'm lifting it up to kind of create that skin flap effect. And then I'm just doing the same exact paint job on this side that I did on the other side, which is red cream paint for irritation, red on the inside, then brown along the edges, and then black. But yeah, it's just kind of like going back and forth to kind of see where you want it to end up. And that's why I left this under eye blank, because I wanted to do like a cut type wound right there to do like the same upside down triangle effect. And then I am going to be going in with two different bloods. I'm going in with that vampire blood that I picked up from Walmart. And then I'm also going to be going into the Mayron Stage Blood in the shade Dark Venus over that. But I like the combination of those two bloods because one of them is a little more of a brighter red, and well, I mean, they're not bright red, obviously. One of them is lighter than the other, and I kind of like how it's like a dual tones of red for the blood. But yeah, when it comes to that, I'm just going to be using a Q-tip to apply that. I think I work on under my eye first. Oh, actually, yeah, before the blood, I just used a little bit of that white cream paint, and I used that to highlight some of the edges of the liquid latex that was lifted up to kind of like give it highlights to where the skin would be, if that makes any sense whatsoever. I don't know. But yeah, and then yeah, I went in with the vampire blood first, and I used a Q-tip and I just applied it to inside the wounds. I didn't really want this blood to drip too much. I think I used the Mayron blood to do the drip effect, but then yeah, I just put this all over inside the wounds, and then I went into the Mayron Stage Blood and then did the exact same thing. I did allow this to drip a little outside of the wounds, as you could see here, because if you have an open wound and if it's bleeding a lot, then it would be dripping, obviously, but I didn't want to go like where it was dripping all the way down my chin or face or anything like that. And yeah, after I did this, I do have a mask, a black cotton face mask, like an earlobe type mask thing that I painted that you'll see in a little bit. But then I just went in with the Wet n Wild Mega Last Liquid Catsuit lipstick in the shade Missy and Fierce. And I just smudged that all over my lips and then brought it out to the side to kind of finish that like smile effect. And then, yeah, this is the mask right here that I was talking about. I just painted this with like a scary clown look. You wouldn't have to do this unless you wanted to. Yeah, that's pretty much the end of this video. So if you like it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you aren't already or if you want to, and I'll see you in my next